internet, and welcome to the greatest show in the world. Welcome to the greatest show in the world. Okay, everybody. Hello, hi. I'm Cody. I'm just here to talk about random shit and talking about politics the past 2 days. Thank God that's over. Wow. You know, I'm really out of my depth. With that stuff. I have no idea what's going on or why. Check it. But today we're not talking about politics. Today we're talking about culture. Today I'm talking about Marty Supreme. Whoa, you're a bit late to the conversation. Yes, I am. Sorry, not sorry. I saw one of a creator that I follow, Jack Saint. I think his name is Jack Saint. I have a terrible memory, so, you know, Jack, if you're watching this, I'm so sorry if I got your name wrong. If I got it right, then hey, you know, somebody with a terrible memory, remembered the name of your channel. And, you know, not that I think Jack Saint is watching this, because, I don't know, if you are, hey, leave a comment. Hi, dude. I think your videos are sick. I love them. I like your videos a lot. I watch them. I think they're cool. And, I think you were pretty spot on with Marty, your review about Marty Supreme and its themes and its messages, and yeah, I wanted to talk about it because it was really interesting. I remember when the whole when that movie was coming out, the reception to it was very interesting because everyone was such a fucking baby about it. You're all babies. Everyone was a baby about that movie. I remember watching reviews of that movie, and literally people are just like, why isn't it ping pong? I thought it was just a fun ping pong movie with Timothy Chalamet, and then there wasn't a lot of ping pong. You get it. Oh. Hear that? Can you hear that? There's a car alarm going off in the neighborhood. Oh! Still going. Still going. Okay, I guess we have to ignore it for now. But yeah, the Marty Supreme is an incredible movie with a very flawed protagonist that is, like, gives you heart palpitations from top to bottom, okay? This is one of the most, like, stressful fucking movies I've ever seen, and Timothy Chalamet does a great job as Marty. I find the subject matter incredibly interesting. The soundtrack is golden, and Timothy Chalamet should have won. I don't care, and I'm over it. And for any of you fucking ballet opera people, hop off his dick, because he's right. Sorry, be part of an industry that isn't dying, and maybe we could talk more, right? Don't get me wrong, your industry's corpse will be alive forever, strung up like a marionette, as rich people continue to use it as a status symbol, but don't get mad when he says that he doesn't want movies to go by the same way. Don't get me wrong, they probably will, right? We're all fighting time, but, no, he was right about that take. Marty Supreme was fucking amazing, and you know what was really concerning is it's like no one knows how to watch a movie like a fucking adult anymore. So just to let you guys in on some context, right? I was talking about a video that some guy made that was in response actually to criticism of Marty Supreme, and the criticism levied against Marty Supreme by the person that the person was criticizing, right, is essentially that the movie glorifies Marty's position, which is wrong and dumb, and that the movie doesn't really want you to think critically about the things he's done wrong, and that's just, like, so wrong! The guy who made the criticism we're talking about here is Anthony Fantano, who normally does music criticism, and I'm telling you, stick to that, bud! Alright? Stop! Don't... This is so... You made a terrible video. At least from the clips that I've seen. I'm holding you personally accountable. Don't get me wrong. This is also a terrible video. None of it's structured. I didn't write anything. And I keep going off on tangents. At one point, there was a fucking car alarm. And I'm not even going to edit it out. Right? So, nonetheless, everything you said was wrong and a lie. And, you know, fuck you for that. That was a fun movie. It was a good movie, right? Because here's the thing. Just because Timothée Chalamet is a movie character that does things, it doesn't mean the movie endorsed the things he does, right? Let's track some of this. Okay, so let's start with the very beginning of the movie. Let's start with the very beginning of the movie where he steals, right, a bunch of money so that he can make his flight to England or whatever for the massive ping pong tournament that's happening there, right? Oh, this movie's so uncritical and it doesn't treat Marty like he's done something bad. Except when he gets back to America, his uncle tries to arrest him for the robbery. Like consequences, like real life consequences. And then, okay, but that's only one situation. So actually, it's funny. If we keep that situation going, so now he's on the run from the police, right? And then he goes to see the girl that he kind of casually hooks up with, who's someone's wife, to find out that she's pregnant. So that's fun. And then the husband shows up as they're talking, and then he tells Marty that he's an asshole, because Marty is an asshole. And then the guy calls the cops on Marty, and then Marty's back on the run. And then Marty talks to a cab driver friend who he's essentially now, like, abusing to get money that he needs. And, basically, he talks about them pulling a scam together, which, spoilers, ends up going wrong. But as they're having this conversation, it's in a hotel where the hotel runner told Marty not to take a shower or a bath, and boop, next thing you know, he's in the shower, and because he didn't listen, boop, his whole tub collapses on the person who's bathing underneath him, trapping this guy's dog and breaking this guy's arm. Horrifying, mortifying, terrible shit, and it completely derails the plot, which is part of the point of the movie, believe it or not, right? So, yeah, I think that Marty Supreme is a really fantastic movie. I think it's a really interesting character study, and I think it has a lot to say about hustle culture and America in the modern day, and it does it in a way that's incredibly dramatic and very compelling, if you ask me. Okay? And I think part of the reason why I wanted to make this video is because I am so sick and tired of people bad-mouthing Timmy. Okay? What the hell? Guys? Okay? You're wrong. You're wrong about all this shit. You're wrong about Marty Supreme, right? Which is a fucking... I mean, okay. I'm glazing the movie a little bit too much, alright? It is, like, pretty long. It's a pretty long movie. Sorry, guys. But, no. I just can't abide. I can't abide by the bad faith criticism of Marty Supreme. I can't abide by the bad faith criticism of Timothée Chalamet, especially when he's really not the worst guy in the room, all right? I mean, not that, like, the circles that are, like, really fucking going to town on Timmy, or at least were, I feel like the attention span towards Timothée Chalamet is kind of, like, leveled off again. But, and I know that the communities that are critical of Timothée Chalamet are not, like, lapping it up for guys like, Leonardo DiCaprio, or, like, Matthew McConaughey, or, like, all these other, like, kind of questionable male actors or whatever. But, like, Timothée Chalamet is just not really a fucking problem. I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. You know what was amazing? Okay, so I'm going to bring up the, ballet and opera. I brought it up a little bit. I was very indignant, and I still am. Go fuck yourself if you're mad about that. Sorry. But what's really interesting to me about the discourse that happened around Timothée Chalamet with the ballet and opera thing is that in that same interview, he was talking to Matthew McConaughey, who, as a blanket piece of advice for all actors, told everybody to essentially copyright their likeness so that they could sell it to AI companies, right? Matthew McConaughey was vocally supporting actors selling their likenesses to AI companies so that these AI companies can take advantage of it. And we're mad at Timmy? Shame on you. All right. Subscribe. Hey, I got my time's out, you know? Peace out. Peace out, home slice!